Everyone knows the devastating power of the atomic bomb. It had the power to wipe out cities and level nations. It was a power that many people feared. Have you ever thought, man, that sure was powerful? I bet I could power a toaster with that. Now you can. Have you ever taken a long look at all that dirty old coal and said, there's gotta be a cleaner solution? Now there is. Light up your life with nuclear power today, and it'll blow you away. Nuclear is the all-new solution to all your lighting needs. Here's why. First off, nuclear has a high energy density, so you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. Kind of like this banana. Nuclear, weather is not a concern whatsoever. It doesn't need to be sunny. It doesn't need to have a certain amount of wind. It's totally unaffected. That means you're gonna get a steady stream of energy all throughout the year. Lastly, it's way cleaner than coal and gas since it's carbon-free. In fact, Illinois has started using nuclear energy to try and phase out fossil fuels since it's a large-scale carbon-free energy source. Now, what's the downside? Well, many people like to talk about how expensive it is to build nuclear power plants, or how difficult it is to deal with nuclear waste. Well, consider this. The construction of nuclear power plants can employ up to 7,000 workers at peak construction, and while costs of coal, oil, and gas fluctuate, nuclear has low risk of cost inflation. Many people also worry about nuclear power plant accidents like in Chernobyl. But since the accident, many nuclear safety standards have been created to prevent a repeat of this. All that is fine and cool, but let's take a step back. How does this new energy source work? Well, quite simply, that's how. Controlling the same nuclear reactions that once leveled cities, we can harness the great heat it produces through fission, a reaction where the atom is split into two, to heat the water and produce steam. This steam turns a great big turbine, shown here, which produces the energy we need to power our house. It's one heck of a way to boil water. Where exactly is this being implemented currently? Like I said, Illinois is trying to use nuclear to phase out fossil fuels. On this map that I created, you could see many places, especially closer to Chicago, that we are using nuclear power plants. You definitely don't get quality by cutting costs. That much can easily be said about nuclear. So you might find yourself wondering, how much does it cost to power a nuclear power plant? Well, the capital cost, or the cost to build the nuclear power plant, is about $6 million for a 1 megawatt plant. For comparison, a coal plant costs about $5.8 million for a 1 megawatt plant. If you were listening carefully, you might have noticed that coal costs $200,000 less than nuclear. Yes, it's quite the expense, but I think we could spare that for the environment at least. I mean, coal is way dirtier than nuclear. Well, that was a lot to take in. But after all that, I think it's clear that nuclear power is the best way to light up our brightest future. Now let's set our vision on fission.